Who do you think wins the game if Jalen Carter and Chris Jones swap teams?
Man, that's a good one because you know what it makes me do? It makes me admit how dominant Chris Jones is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if Chris Jones goes to the Eagles are now favorite.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I had never looked at that way, Dukes. Like that's one of the things I've often done when I'm scouting and as you do with your breakdowns, I try to examine who on the other team I would want on my team or who on the other team could, like in this college situation, covering Colorado or Jackson State or whoever. I look at who's on the other team that could even make it in our locker room, make it in our culture, who brings something to the table. And when I look on that other side, outside of, of course, the obvious and Patrick Mahomes, but you got a damn good quarterback, it hurts. Man, Chris Jones is that dude. Like if
Mm-hmm.
he goes over there, it's kind of like when the Cowboys, got a Charles Haley for the 49ers. They got a Deion Sanders for the 49ers. It literally flipped the outcome of the game. You go
Mm-hmm.
back to the next year, instead of losing, you win. So you just made me appreciate something and how dominant Chris Jones is, because I think if he flips, if he were on the Eagles defensive line, the Eagles are not a favorite.
And you know what? I agree. I think that, and it's not only just because of Chris Jones and who he is, but having that type of defensive presence on the interior with those young guys. I think Chris Jones makes Jordan Davis better. I think there are things that Chris Jones can say to Jordan Davis that Jalen Carter can't quite say yet, right? Jordan Davis was the big dog when Jalen Carter got to UGA. So seeing him in the NFL, I'm not sure if Jalen Carter, and even if he's going to be that type of vocal leader, right? You know, I would love to see those two guys play together. I wish Jalen Carter could figure out a way to play under Chris Jones, but looking at how he elevates the play of that whole defense, he's basically the Pat Mahomes of that defense. He's the guy that's going to elevate the play that of the whole team, and that that when he's on the field, you have a chance to get a stop because he'll do it himself. And I just think, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think Chris Jones right now, and I'm not saying that this ain't a potential. This is about winning on Sunday after next. Right now, Chris Jones is the most dominant interior player in the NFL since uh, Aaron Donald left. And I think right after him, as far as being dominant, I mean, now we forget about, man, Whitschuyler had a hell of a year, man. Nobody talked about it because he played for the Giants, but Dexter Lawrence went off this year. Like
It
we
did.
finally saw the athleticism. But right after that little pocket right there, you got to go Jalen Carter. So I think it's good. It'll be good to see almost like the now and the future. Because I don't see anybody in 5 years. I don't see any new rookies coming in that are going to be able to block Jalen Carter in 5 years from now. Once he gets all his pass moves, he gets more of that grown man weight on him. Like he's a big kid now, but he's just not even. He's not even. He's 22, 23 at the most. So by the time he gets to be 26, 27 in his prime, I don't think nobody in the league will be able to block Jalen Carter. But as for right now, I got to say it's got to. I agree with you. I think Chris Jones. If they switch teams, the Eagles will win.
Man, I got to give you a hats off. You're saying you agree with me, but you're the one who posed the question. Excellent question, because I had never just considered that before. Who could switch teams and flip the odds. And Chris Jones, to me, man, is the right kind of dominant. And I say this with admiration. He's the right kind of crazy. When you look at him with the helmet off and look in his eyes on the sideline, it's like, damn, I'm glad he with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he over here, because that dude, he got some more than dog in him. He got some motor, and go get.